I believe that I've developed the most accurate lower time frame indicator in all of TradingView. In this video, I want to run through my exact settings that I personally use on my ManipulationX algo, as well as what a good setup looks like. I know a lot of you guys are asking, which setup do I take here? Can I blindly follow these signals? And the answer is no. But that being said, it's very, very simple to mitigate these false signals using the step-by-step rules that I teach you guys that are inside the PDF, which I'm going to run through all of that in this video. So without further ado, let us jump into it. As always, if you guys want to get access to this indicator, make sure to click the first link in the description below. Like I tell you guys over and over again, you should understand the trading strategy that you are trading with the indicator. You should already know how to use this strategy and how to be profitable with this strategy alone. The indicator is just there to save time, to save headache, to give you that final confirmation signal so it's less emotional. You want to actually understand what you are trading. Okay, so let's take a look at Ethereum here on the 5-minute time frame. So let's jump into the settings here. Again, this indicator can be used across any time frame, so it can be used on a lower time frame for entry. This is what I personally use it for, but again, price is fractal, so if you want to use it on a higher time frame, you can do so as well. The way I teach this indicator is I use higher time frame levels and then use these signals as an entry confirmation. So we're going to jump into the settings here. I pretty much keep everything default except a few things. Number one, when I'm using this indicator, I don't show the live levels, okay? I know where these buy side and sell side liquidity levels are. I don't need to see those. And number two, I will usually turn on the show recent trades feature. Okay, when you turn on the show recent trades filter, it will just show you the most recent sell signal and the most recent buy signal. I don't need to see all the previous signals. I like to keep my charts very clean. I also will usually have this chart open with my other indicator, the Easy Algo indicator, as well as the oscillator down here. So again, just some minor customizations. You can also show the dashboard in the top right corner. That's also pretty cool. So this is what my chart's going to look like. Now, when you are taking these signals, okay, a lot of people are asking me, Matt, how do you actually use this indicator? Can I blindly follow all of these signals? Just for the sake of this video, I'm going to turn off the show recent trades only feature. So I'll show you guys, what this indicator has called. First of all, basic common sense is required, okay? So for example, at this point here on Ethereum, we were at a higher time frame level, okay? Structure is bullish on a higher time frame. So we are in technically discount zone. Structure is bullish, filling some imbalances here as well, right? Bullish fair value gap that gets filled right here. Bullish divergences on the 15-minute time frame. Our bias is long at this point. We are not looking for shorts. Also, this was a holiday. This was July 4th. And it's the weekend. So this is a low volume weekend, guys. You don't really want to be trading this, okay? Like me, for example, I didn't take any trades this weekend, even though there were a few good signals using the new indicator. I personally did not do that. But again, if we were to drop down to a 5-minute time frame, you can see that the indicator had called a few signals. Again, we're on a low volume weekend. It is a holiday and our bias is long. Even if we got stopped out on this short, if we were just blindly following these signals, you would still probably be profitable, guys. I mean, at least break even to here, probably a lose on this one, break even on this one, lose on this one, lose on this one, targeting equal high, another plus 4R on this one if you had taken this trade. So, even if you were just blindly following, you probably still would be profitable. But again, there's certain rules that we have to follow. Now, the formation that I look for, okay, and I teach this time and time again, and you will see this on practically every single winning trade. You have a sweep of a very obvious pivot point, for example, very obvious pivot point right here, into a higher time frame key level. So in this case, let's say we're on the 5-minute time frame, we can pull up our golden pocket fib, okay, right into our golden pocket fib, and bullish momentum, meaning a bullish divergence on our oscillator. Now, by waiting for all these confirmations, we mitigate pretty much every single false signal. For example, this signal right here, we did not have a sweep of a very obvious pivot. There's no momentum confluence. Again, we can see right here, sweep of an external pivot, not the greatest signal. Again, our bias is bullish, but this had the bearish momentum confluence, right? That was a winning trade. Here, example, bullish divergence on our oscillator, sweep of an obvious pivot into our golden pocket fib. We had 2 sweeps of liquidity here. Very obvious buy signal. This is the formation that you want to look for, okay? 9 times out of 10, winning trades will look exactly like this. And I'm going to draw it out for you guys just so you can study this formation. Okay, you have an external low right here, okay? An external pivot point. You have one low coming down into this level, a very obvious sweep of that low with that V-shaped reversal, something like this, reclaiming that pivot point low into a very obvious bearish fair value gap that you immediately inverse with that buy signal with a bullish divergence on our oscillator. This is the formation that you will see 9 times out of 10 on every single winning trade. This is what we've done with this indicator to completely remove the guesswork. So all you have to do, guys, is set an alert wait for price to come to your level, or even set an alert for one of these signals, guys, and just wait for this formation right here. Study this formation. Again, we have another example right here. Very obvious sweep of external liquidity into a very obvious bearish fair value gap that we eventually inverse. And again, bullish momentum right here with a bullish divergence. So the oscillator is going to do a really good job at helping you guys spot these bullish divergences, as well as plotting them on our new indicator. Again, this would not be a good signal right here. We did not have an obvious sweep of a pivot point. Buy signal right here would not be valid, right? We want to see that very obvious sweep of a pivot point. V-shaped reversal up. This would have been a really good buy entry right here. Ideally, we want to target external highs, which would be in this case all the way up here, a 9 risk to reward ratio. So even if you had blindly followed all the previous signals, you would still be up around 4 to 5 R, probably more. Just by blindly following the indicator. But again, we don't want to do that. We don't want to blindly follow. We want to wait for those very obvious bullish momentum, sweep of liquidity, inverse fair value gap. These formations right here are the ones that you really want to study, guys. So when you get access to the indicator, guys, we have a full PDF on exactly how to use and what a good signal looks like versus a bad signal. We also get into, what is a fair value gap. Hopefully you guys already know, these basic terms. Again, we have inverse fair value gap here as well. This is what the indicator actually looks for that final confirmation. We also get into what a liquidity sweep is. So I want you guys to actually learn all of these. And then also, we have where do you actually look for these, right? Where do you look for these signals? Again, you want to see a sweep at a key level, right? At a golden pocket fib, a sweep of a previous day high or low, previous session high or low, higher time frame key level, right? We don't take random inversions, right? We want to see that sweep in ifvg with bullish momentum at a key level. Of course, we have our volume divergences as well, which we have coded into this algorithm. So make sure to go through this guide, right? Again, V-shaped reversal. This is a high probability setup. This is not a high probability setup. You want to see that V-shaped reversal within a few candles. Putting them all together, we have liquidity sweep, ifvg or inverse fair value gap, volume divergence, V-shaped reversal. That is how to use ManipulationX the best. Sweep of a key pivot point, bullish divergence, inverse fair value gap within a few candles, A+ setup. Okay, another one. A+ setup, another one, A+ setup. Okay, short example, A+ setup. So again, just taking a look at ETH here on the 15-minute time frame. Just going to go back. I'm not going to do a full back testing session this video, but I just want to show you guys what a good setup looks like, okay? We just covered this most recent one on the 5-minute. Again, 15-minute gives us a really nice view here as well, right? Sweep of that low, very obvious bearish fair value gap, inverses that within a few candles. We also have this very nice equal high target right here to move our stops to break even. So obviously that was a good trade right there. Again, taking a look over here, not a good trade right here. Even though we had that sweep of an internal liquidity point, we had already taken out this high right here. There's not really a good target. This is a bearish formation. So most likely we're not going to take this trade. This short position was also valid, okay, because we were at a higher time frame resistance level, stop loss above that inverse fair value gap, moving to break even right here, okay, targeting some lows all the way down here as your take profit. Right here, we have a really good setup, sweep of liquidity. We do have this target right here as our take profit. So that is going to be a good entry. Taking a look right here, another really good setup with this equal high as the target. If you guys don't know what equal highs and equal lows are, that's also inside of the PDF, but this is a really good long position here. Sweep of internal liquidity, very obvious V-shaped reversal to the upside, targeting that equal high. 1 to 5 risk to reward, another good trade right here. This would have been a stop out trade. Again, you see how the risk to reward is massive, guys. This would have been your long trigger. Unfortunately, this would have been stopped out. But again, we still caught that one right there. So again, not every single trade is going to be winning, but I'm trying to show you guys, what a good V-shaped reversal looks like. Again, A+ setup right here, guys. Bullish momentum, bullish divergence on our oscillator, V-shaped reversal within 3 candles, sweeps this low. This is an A+ setup right here. So I'm talking about A+ setup. This is exactly what I am talking about. We did not hit that take profit, but you'd probably get stopped out at around a 1.5 to 2 R in this case, but very obvious clean bullish setup here into that V-shaped reversal back down. Again, guys, V-shaped reversal right here. We didn't really see a sweep of liquidity. This would probably still be valid. Stop loss to break even right here, targeting here. Another 1.2.5 RR. I'm just showing you guys, what a good setup looks like, using this strategy, using this method. These are the kinds of setups that you guys want to be looking for. Very obvious sweep of liquidity into that inverse fair value gap within a few candles with your bullish div. That is a good setup, guys. Again, if you guys want to get access to this indicator for yourself, as well as our PDF, so you guys can read more into the strategy and how it works, make sure to click the first link in the description below. I'm still going to be doing analysis on this channel, but over the next few days, I'll probably be doing some back testing sessions using this indicator, just so you guys are fully in the know on how to use this indicator to the best of its capabilities, and you guys can start making some profits. That's going to be it for me in this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more trading content, leave a comment down in the comment section below if this video helped you guys out and how you guys are liking the new indicator. I'll see you guys next next video.